Atala fatu is if a poponga tala lau KVZK. Ole so na faya ise fa atala tala noanga le fiongol kovan sili. Ya pula li Nicolau pula male Lieutenant Kovana ya pula matala I Junior male autus tala. Awale no fosila fia ele mamalo le tunu I tawulumanga ale malo o lo o faya nei fa atasi ai mo fofuanga o lo male malo e fia ile fa manatuina o le sisinga fua ile masina fo o aperila. Sa saunoa le fionga le kovana e whaamanino atili nisi o fufuanga le whainga malo. Whaapea le whaangaioina o poloketi al malo o loo whaatupaina e le ARPA. Ina ia mai a ma whaatinoina e tusa mai a inga o tuuina mai e le malo tele. Na ia una ia fo'i le whainga malo ina ia whaamae a umalawa poloketi o loo iai. Ai le ia o atu le masina o te sema ilo na aso tolus futasi o le tausanga fau. Awai peona silafia a le mai a ne poloketi e whaonga ina ai vaenga tupe mai le ARPA e toe whaafoi uma I le federale. I nisi o vaenga na o fia ai I lana saunoanga. Na whaamanino a inga luenga sa fi ta I tunga ai le fono o whaitula fono. I ona mao te lua e tu sai ma le whaatautaia o iloilonga mo sui o lana kapeneta. O le anganga o le tautua ma le whaamaoni o le tūlanga lea na ngā iai le saunoanga a pula. Ina ia mautinoa lei o le whaatinoina o ngā luenga a wā le atunuu. Na mau fo ilava noa le fionga I le Lieutenant Kovana e sauno ai le taimi o le fontanga I le tai awa na le la e whaalawilua tūlanga uma o le tātou sisi ngā fua.
O le programa o kako fua o whaamoimoinga whai le aso fulmal fitu a blila le aso fulmal fitu sisi ai le tātou fua o programa e whaapea o le a whai I il malai o le talu I whangatongo e il famo moe tasi lava le aso. O amatai le tato famo moe le aso al fua. O le sauninga e maka I le balu le tai ao. E ona halolale o isi proklama na. O le sala so sfulma tolu. Fai le lotu o le aso le fu. Pai la le saunina le oi. Kanana fou le meolo i ele malmalsai. Le lotu e kale sia la mosa. Ea o iei foi le proklama e amata le lua e le auri. O le aso sfulma le fa. Aso na fua ma le aso sfulma le lima. Aso lua ma le aso lulu, aso sfulma le ono. O whamoe whai e whawhiwhianga le Art Council I malao talu I whantongo. Le aso sfulfitu e sisi e loa le tātou fua. O lo ieri whamoe o tuunga waa e whapea e whai le aso o lo fofou ono le tau e le teime sou wa le sami ma tulanga whapena. E lawa i e le whamoe a le le tau le aso lua po le aso lulu ia e whai e le tu unga wa. A le aso e taun whai e le tu unga wa o le aso sfulma fitu. I le auli teime le umaina sisi le fua whaisina fufuanga ai pea e ono utala no atu e fuafua I le tau o le tato atunu e whai so o le sami ma le timu ma le wha. O le whamoe la a o le auli. Ona o le tato whawhiawhianga e kale sia whai oi e le malai tafuna, le VA Stadium tafuna. Whai e whawhiawhianga siva e kale sia I olo whiwhinia whai ele. Whamoe ia ma whai e foi ma whai longa o waa ma au siva ma kirikiti ma la tau nei.
Toi eta whiangai mali I mōtala lau KVZK. I nisi o atungalunga sa whaaleo e a fionga I sentoa I se iloilonga I le tai au ana le la. Ma le sunga I lo yasilia le malo, sui mai le ofisa o whemalanga inga. Whaapea le whaatonu o le ofisa o whaatoanga. I mata aupu e tau I tangata whai mai, whaapea pisinisi o loo whaatautaia e tangata mai fafo. O finangalo tamao le tunu e mafuli ina ia nei avea le tele o avanoa ua tuuina I tangata anu o mai Asia e whaoa ai avanoa o ngaluenga whaapea pisiniti a tangata Samoa. Whaapea fo I le avanoa o le maketi whangatongo mo whaifatoanga e whaatauina I ala to o loa. E le ngata I lea a o le tatau o na whaia o asia singa I pisinisi maketi.
Ili whale o loa I lunga ia mātou. Ngā mata mai e Cashiel Samoa. Ia te oloa po le Samoa. Alolua o le to ese Samoa Kesia o te oloa. Alolua le aia ma Samoa nga oriento ala I kutungu Kesia ko te ufa. E la te me te ala te fisilia e tau le mamlama I le ngangu. E o fo ila e la ususu e ngai mei o food stand lia fui le ilulang awala le la usunga le whaatono le. O mawinga o le co-op. Wo fai le co-op e whaatawai mei ele o tatu tanga Samoa le complain mai I te leo stangata mai malai lo ngā oia la tu whaatoanga. Ia mai la uri lea whaatau I atunu uia I. Ia lea lai o whau le co-op na o le manmabu pe whaafeanga fai le co-op o take over le unga pe mele le atu ngalua I fo I le president fali o tiulu o take over te ngata ia la fo o fali pau o take over fo I tangata ia o le ngalua ngata ni tatu atunu le fo over I le makeki la usonga la fo o I le finga Asia ina la o e whaatau mai au whaisau le whaatau I a makeki mo tangata o tatu whai whatoanga a la o I le finga Asia na e sau whaatau mai au whai tangata ni sau le to whaatau ai ai a le tupunei almena ua mo me fo le o le lola tatu tangata po fea tatu o ia le o take over e Asia me nei me la ngai te o batu nai taftafa lau fionga lui sili male tunga ia sa se titulo po fea mele mama I tatu tu lafo ua lo ula mailo o tangata ia mai o special trade ele mo ine ia tatu ia fai special trade o fai fatoa ia school lunch o dominate Asia le mulmau tu ngai ta
Sauno fo I le fionga ia tuana I tau malaki tongiola I lana atungalunga ua whaina whaatoanga alona I tumalo whaapea nisi o whai whaatoanga ona o loo tāna nā e nisi ma whaatau I maketi a tangata Asia.
Whamaung iere taunga le fionga tau ia mangalei. Wa ue whaila konga wha. Ia o konga wha I ka milo le wala I konga. E o ki me kaela ponga e averi wa kaela sa wharile uma. E misi au wha. Wa kolungi wa aso ke misi ka isfulua ka isfulima wha I ka. Ia e mauar kala o le pōre wa koia. Lauri inga o le wha kaun makeki. Makeki umale I ili ma ka fungo I ngā kele makeki a Vietnamese. So ia o ngai ngafo I le kūrei e ranga wha I e le ngoi mea ma koi wherkonga wha. Ia e whakuanga mo po lasa wana wa o makeki e ke roa e lengi lai sengi. Pe ele peo ma koi e whaia komoso whame e whaia lai sengi o. A le whaavlawe la ngā o kupo e whaavlawe ia. O mailau Samoa ngoi. Ngō le kūrei I mecha le uri ia malusi whala au whasai. Ngō le uri inga le kerenga whaia mea ia ngā awele kūrei I Vietnamese. Whamun mori pe whainka ngā I whai pe whainka awhi ma kikinga. Ko ka ngā I whai urea masa ma kiki Samoa whaia. Ki mingi kuta a ieri Samoa kongon ma kiki. La whai iai le Vietnamese. Whamun mori ka ngā I whai pe whainga ka awhi. I ranga wa whainga I whai ia mako whakoanga.
Sa whaapea fo I whinangalo nisi o tamao le atunu e tusa malai sene whai pisinisi. Ma whesilingi ai po totongi ni la fonga. Sa tali le sunga I loia sili e whailoa se vaenga o le tu la fono na mawhai ai o na urufale mai tangata sia I totono le atunu. Ma sa whamamla mai le sunga ia ali tasi Sam Fuimono e tusa ma le whaangasolonga o talosanga ma wanoa e mawhai ai o na urufale mai tangata whafo I totonu o le atunu.
So se atunu Asia lava e fia whatuina species. E le mawhaino la tu ouninga pisisi la ea. E te taunga ieini o tato tangata Amnik Samoa po se US citizen. E la tu te whawaea kampani lea. E le mawhaio na na one se asia se pisinisi au no ma se tangata o lo ia tono le o corporation le so e tau lava na ye se sio le tato o lo tuanu e ia tono le o company so le processing a foi la o pisinisi nei ia le DOC e processing a whainga o laisene nei ia ona ye foi la i o le taimi e mai e le board ia mo le lato ilo ilonga fo i tūlanga ona o le awhia ia asia ia po alawa tunu ui e tono le business ia ona whaile ia le whai unga le board pe talia pe le ai maole unga ia on tui foile le DOC mo le whatune ino le business laisene
Tui e tawhengai mali i mō tala lau KVZK. I nisi o tala, o loo tata longo pēr le ofisa o le Medicaid a Amerika Samoa e tūsa malala tō whaamoemoe le vai aso o iluma. I se whaatala noanga tā ua, a wale whaamoemoe mo se manuia o le atunuu e le ngata i lea. A ia nofo malamalama le mamalu o le atunuu i fsosoani, ma vaenga ese e mawhai o nanga waa, ma fsosoani ai le lato ofisa. O se avanua fo'i e whaafesoa i ai, fina ngalo ma manatu whaapea fesili e nisi o fofuanga. E le o iai le silafia ale mamalu lau tele o Amerika Samoa e winga e le Medicaid.
E whaatalo whatu i le pa ia ma le mamalo sia tātou atunuu, ta mamtina mātua, whaurulunga malo, tanga luenga taitasi, whaapenao si taulanga e whatawhai taulanga taitasi, ai maise le tupulanga la lova oa sia tātou atunuu. O le ofisa ne o le Medicaid i Amerika Samoa, o le nea wanoa tāua, o mātou o mai e lunga le TV, fia lava e whaalau ilo atu le mātou lua i whanutanga o le soifua malolo ina, mo le nei tausanga, o le nei fontanga o ato whaina mo aso e tolu, le aso 2.4, 2.5, 2.1 mati, o se vai aso mai le nei aso, o le ato whaina le nei fontanga, i le MPC le kolisi tu whaatasi Amerika Samoa, po le maota o whaatasinga, mai le walu tae ao se i pā ia le tolu le afiafi, o le anawa tau lau tu o le nei whaamoemoenga e whaapea, o le tāwenga tau soa whaatasi, ngā lulue whaatasi mo se Amerika Samoa maloloina. O le nea wanoa tāua o le a tātou o pongi e talatala noa, ma whaatala noa, whaasoa, whetu whaai, ina ia mauani whafo mo whaafitauli, ina ia whaalelea ei awala, a wale tau singa le soifua maloloina sio tātou atunuu. O se awanoa tāua foi, tātou te whaatalatala noa mai loa ai, ia puna oa ese lo o awanoa la mātou ofisa, e le i mai loa lava le to'atele o sio tātou atunuu. Whautu atu, ia vave ana restala lau inoa, i se tusi o umana whailo atu i lungo o penga ta whailangi po le social media ina ia maweso wawanoa ono le tūlanga e le tele se lao le maota whaamole mole whaafsota i mele mātou ofisa i le ono iwa fitu mo nisi whaamtalanga e whetau i tonu ma le mātou whaamoemoenga e fia lava le mātou whaatonu ia ai mai se lau whainga luenga mātou te tali wala au mo oele ni aso tātou wheloa ai pe asopo soifua ma leola soifua mai amanuia.
Tui e tawhengai mali i mō tala lau KVZK.
O le ewa tue tā pena le whainga mālo, whaapere atunu ranga ai atu i le whamanatuina o le fua territory, o le aulina le laasa whai aisa whanutanga le komiti o le tuunga whautasi, mo le tara noa ina o nisi fuafuanga, e auna whaale ia ele i o ile aso, e whatanu ina ele whaangata mai tai, na sau noa fo i le sui whai lau tusi, ana mata upu tau Samoa, e tusai ma le whaamoemoe.
Tausanga fo neu ato ia se lau dos fulima tausanga o tato sisinga fua ma tato whainga malo patasi ma le malo tele o Amerika. Ia lewa ia se to fai le fionga le kovana ma le fionga le tena kovana fa pe foi le fionga le fai lautusi le fionga le malo le fale ia vai ma nei ofisa ma to fa pe atuai ua malo a fua ila ua maua tato feilo inga le tai au ma to sunga ia di kapteni ma to te bala ua tuai ma le fa alo kapteni umalava sa taitasi po fautasi o afia anga manu o la fuafua mo tato faanga ta mai tai ya lewa ia to fai la fionga le malu fale o mana o mia stato feilo inga ila solulu ila solus la susfuluiva o le masina nei o mati ya tato feilo nei matu official Samoa affair ia awale fa moe ina ia fa malama tulanga uma o tatou fa angata mai tai ia o le tūlanga fo'i o wha moe moenga uma o le tātou sisi ngā fua ia leo a mata lava o na wha ngā solo atu tūlanga uma o ma fo'i na rongo ina atu pa ia o e kālesia ese o le awhia ngai wha awhia whianga o le aso ia a watu langa masani o le tātou wha moe moenga ia o fuafuanga ia ua whingalo na whionga ia e longo atu o tō whionga i kapteni o wata i tasi uma ia tala mai a ao se tātou whiroai tātou whiutangai ia ma tātou whaasoa ia a wā fwoi tūlanga o tātou whaanga tamaritai ia ma whiroai fwoi tai komiti ai measure komiti o le tuunga whautasi o le awhia ngai ma le tātou wha moe mo le aso.
Totala aso kuka mo taralau KVZK. Ua tuatua fia le fiona i kovana ia pulali ni ko lau pula ia tua CV John Marsh e a vea ma komisina o fisa o tupe o tua CV o ia lea sa ia umiele nei matawhai oi se ia o ila soluas furuano February ua alo ia i tele orona sila fia mo le poto maasani i tula fono tau tupe o lona ta inga i whauau e ta ua tele mo le wa aia lelei o le whapotopotonga tau tupe i te tono territory. O le neifo fuanga i whaatati e whaamuemoe e whaamautinoa le mautum whaalele ia atili e whaamau nuwanga tau tupe territory. Pei tai o le toetofia ina lo whaataitali whaatanganga mai fono le i tu tino tula fono territory. Leo le ato ilo ilo tutoa anga waa to mai a Mars ili ato finga. Ao le i tu ina atula na whaamauninga muli iso ilo longa whaamaunia a le fono yona maota e lua. I tala mea pia, o leo whailoa mai le komisino leo ia ua pa aulonga tino Filipo, le tau fio su enga mo tino maliu, na ia tā ua, o lo umulumuli tai lava i fotuanga le tanga luenga soifua malo loina. E sidia i le se furu tino maliliu, ua tu ina atu i le isi fale maliu, ai o isi tino maliliu, e leo tu ina atu i tua i o latu a inga, i le sidia male lua maasina, ma ua whaalia i le fia latu a inga, na ta ua le komisino leo le fale maliu i maota ngase e tupua tamasese mea ole o lo whaia inga ruenga toe whalele ia whatoa mai e le vai asolo na lua o le maasino o perila na ia ta ua fo e whapea o lo whea ngai nei le ofiso leo ma whaitionga mai ia inga o e o lo whata o tolia i le fale maliu o na o le whatuai o na tu ina atua la to tangata o lo whanga solo fo inga ruenga o le ofisa i le tama whai e awina atu se fo mai e whai su enga whapitua i tino maliliu. I le mai ai o na tu ina atu i whatananga mai i le matanga ruenga so i fua malo loina. E na o le fale maliu i le fale mai e ma whai o na whai su enga ma o le mafua anga lea wa tuai ai o na o lo whatanu uina nga ruenga whale leia i le fale maliu. Na tā ua fo e awa pa au o le vaso nei le malanga mai e se fua mai whapitua e mori mau i se mta upolo whanga solo. I le whamsinonga. O tararo nei a fiafi a toe mo watu se si whapoponga i le aso a tae hao. Tau tala aso kuka mo tararo lau KVZK. So far so fua.
Talofa. This is your evening news on KVZK TV. Leading the news tonight, Governor Pulali Nikolopula held a press conference focusing on several significant issues, reflecting the administration's priorities in its first 3 months in office. The conference analyzed the current state of the government's finances, ARPA projects, the role of executive advisors, and the status of the territory's upcoming Flag Day, among other issues. The governor's inaugural press conference with the media addressed several significant issues, reflecting the administration's priorities in its first 3 months in office. Governor Pulali Nikolopula provided a thorough analysis of the current state of the government's finances, emphasizing the complexities associated with maintaining a balanced budget amid prevailing economic challenges. Furthermore, the governor outlined the status of pending projects under the American Rescue Plan Act, or ARPA, illustrating their intended impact on critical infrastructure and essential community services. The press conference also delved into the repercussions of recent cuts to federal funding, underlining their potential effects on state programs and services. The governor further outlined the roles of the executive advisors and reassured the public that the administration proactively seeks strategies to address and mitigate these challenges.
It has been 3 months now since we took office. I am reminded every day of the trust and responsibility you have placed upon us. We are here to serve you, we are here to listen to you, and to work tirelessly for a stronger, more prosperous American Samoa. Today is our first televised press conference. Transparency and open communication are essential to the good governance of Tutuila and Manua. There are a few topics that I wanted to speak about, one of which is to express acknowledgement to the Fono, to both the Senate and the House, for the confirmation process that took place in the past several weeks. We have nominated 26 directors for our administration. The Fono has confirmed 22 and 4 have been denied. We appreciate the process that the Fono went through with careful consideration, discussions that took place for the leadership team that we now have. So I am grateful for that opportunity for my directors and the leaders of our administration for the next 4 years. The second topic I wanted to speak about is the American Rescue Plan Act, or the ARPA funding. Again, I would like to thank the leadership of the Fono, President of the Senate, as well as the Speaker, for concurring with our administration to have a proclamation of emergency infrastructure for our territory. American Samoa government received $494 million in 2021. The last administration began 70 projects they launched. From 2021 to 2025, 7 have been completed. And now we would like to mention to our people, especially to our business community with contracts and all the work on the infrastructure, and the people of American Samoa, that the deadline for this funding is December 31st, 2026, which is next year. So there is an urgent need for the government, as well as our business sector and the people of American Samoa, to utilize at a fast track emergency methods so that we can complete these projects before next year, December 31st. Now, this is very important because if we do not, this funding will go back to the federal government. So we respectfully urge all our people, all our community, to make sure that we all assist in helping move the ARPA funding so that we can have money within our territory, so to help not only the revenues, but also to help our businesses be able to have all this activity move forward before the deadline of next year. Another item I wanted to talk about this morning is there's a misconception or perhaps misunderstanding regarding executive advisors at the governor's office as opposed to directors of the different departments of the administration. I just want to let everybody know that there is no conflict of interest. Advisors or executive advisors for the governor are policy staff within the governor's office. They do not have supervisory roles like unto the directors of departments. The directors are to focus on each and every department of the administration. They have supervisory roles to the 7,000 employees plus employees to the American Samoa government since we've come in for this next 4 years. So just to make sure that people do not have a misunderstanding, executive advisors are basically staff to Governor Pulu and myself in the governor's office. The directors of departments, they have a mandate to make sure that their departments work well and they have a lot of staff under them. One of the issues I wanted to talk about as well is our goal of this administration to make sure that there's no misunderstandings in the employment of people in the government of American Samoa. This particular administration will not have ghost employees. In other words, those who we hire will have responsibilities and jobs to do. Those who may be doing part-time work or paid by the hour are those who will not work full-time for the government. I just want to make sure that our people, with transparency, honest governance, that these are the things that we ran on and we are now implementing in our government.
Lieutenant Governor Pulamatala Ai Jr. provided an overview of the upcoming Flag Day ceremony, emphasizing its significance in commemorating the anniversary of our forefathers signing the deed of cession with the United States of America. He outlined the detailed itinerary for the 125th Flag Day ceremony, which includes dignitaries, guests, the highly anticipated Fautasi race, and special performances. This year's celebration will be a one-day event, and the fate of the Fautasi race will depend on the weather. According to the Lieutenant Governor, the flags will be raised at the Malaio-Letalu in Whangatongo, while the entertainment will be held at the Veterans Memorial Stadium, Le Malaio-Lupelele. We will report in other aspects of the press conference in later bulletins. Joyeta Whangaimali'i with your news on KVZK. Senate President Tua'olo Manaiafruan did not mince words when addressing the Attorney General during the Senate hearing regarding the influx of foreigners into the territory.
See, my concern, HE, they can run for the House, they can run for governor. They are U.S. national. That's my concern. My grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, who's going to blame? They blame us. So what's the problem? Well, there are so many Vietnamese inside here and other Asian. Sam?
Acting Chief Immigration Officer Alitasi Sam Soliai explained that the recent increase in foreign nationals entering American Samoa is primarily due to the special provision outlined in the Immigration Act. This provision uniquely allows for the admission of an unlimited number of foreigners, aiming to facilitate the influx of skilled workers and international visitors. Furthermore, Itasi highlighted that the processing of permits for foreign nationals is currently suspended The timeline for when these permits will be reintroduced remains uncertain. Tua'alo raised significant concerns regarding the special provision, which was designed to enable businesses to recruit foreign workers when qualified candidates in the territory are unavailable within the local workforce. He expressed apprehension that in its current form, the special provision could permit these foreign workers to fill gaps in the labor market and establish their businesses in the territory. This could lead to increased competition for local enterprises, raising questions about the impact on the local economy and the viability of homegrown companies. Tua'alo's inquiries highlight the need to carefully evaluate the provision to ensure it supports local interests while fulfilling labor needs. Attorney General Gwen Tawilidi Lenkilde provided details about the Immigration Act, which was approved in 1984. The act establishes a quota on the number of foreigners allowed to enter the territory under the entrance permit system, limiting it to 5 individuals per nationality. However, this quota does not apply to Samoa, which has a larger quota. According to the AG, under the Immigration Act, there is an exception from this quota for the local governments and the federal government, the guest workers permit, which was established in 2015, and another exception for aliens under extenuating circumstances, which is the language being translated into a special provision. Lenkilde said no special provision clause exists under the Immigration Act. The Attorney General explained before the Senate that the Immigration Board uses these extenuating circumstances in the Act to allow additional foreigners outside of the quota mandated by the law. American Samoa Code Annotated Title 41, Section 0301, subsection D states, and I quote, "The numerical limitations established by this section shall not include aliens employed by the American Samoa government or the United States of America, or aliens admitted and employed under Chapter 9 of this title, or other groups as further weighed by the board order upon the showing of extenuating circumstances," unquote. Tua'alo then asked for a report of the number of foreigners that enter the territory under the special provision. Senator Mangale Lunguvi'i Mangale expressed significant concerns about the competitive dynamics encountered by the local farmers. He observed that these farmers now compete against foreigners who have entered the territory under a special trade provision. This circumstance raises critical questions regarding the fairness and appropriateness of such provisions. Senator Mangale has urged the Attorney General to thoroughly investigate this issue, as substantial underlying problems may negatively impact local agricultural interests and the broader economy. Joyeta Fengai Mali'i with your news on KVZK. In other news, the American Samoa Medicaid State Agency is hosting a 3-day Medicaid Health Summit titled Working Together for a Healthier American Samoa. This event aims to bring together a network of healthcare providers, legislators, and government agencies to collaborate on improving healthcare access and outcomes for Medicaid providers and beneficiaries. KVZK TV spoke with Medicaid Director Luisa Quaya about the upcoming Health Summit.
A week from today, March 24th through the 26th, we will be hosting our first annual Medicaid Health Summit at the ASCC Multipurpose Center. This will take place for 3 days. First day will be focused on our beneficiaries, meaning those who receive benefits and are eligible for our program. And then the second day is primarily focused on our service providers. Our main service provider is LBJ and the Department of Health, but we also have some local service providers that we'd like to introduce and let you know about. And we will also be having some workshops as well as panel discussions. And this is no cost to you. It is free to the public, and we really hope that you plan to attend. Our theme for the summit is Olita Avenga Tausoa Fa'atasi, which means we really want to work together for a healthier American Samoa. Our focus is on improving healthcare access. I know many of you have questions as to who is eligible and what makes you eligible. And for Medicaid, because it's a federally funded program from the federal government, it does have policies and regulations that we have to follow. And so not everyone is a beneficiary. However, if you want to know more about our benefits, I urge you and encourage you to come and attend. We also would like to introduce some new local service providers and inform you that we are expanding our service providers off island in the state of Hawaii. And that's really good news for us because a lot of times, our care cannot be done here on island because of our limited services and specialties here at the hospital. And so that requires many of us to go off island for care. And we're really hoping that this collaboration with the key stakeholders in American Samoa for Health, meaning LBJ, DOH, and some of our local providers, this collaboration will allow us to improve our care access to our people and get us to get more specialty on island so that we can reduce our need to go off island. I know many people want to come home too, and so we're really hoping that in the near future we can get better services for our people, not just at our hospital, but also through private partners that are seeking our support through Medicaid. Don't forget, in order to register, you'll have to go to our Facebook page and register online, or you can give us a call at 699-4777, and Manino Reed or Jeremiah Fale will help you register. Seats are limited, so you'll have up until Wednesday the 19th to register online, and we hope to see you there.
Joyeta Whengai Mali'i with your news on KVZK. Governor Pulali'i Nicolau Pula has officially reappointed Tuasivi John Marsh as the Office of Financial Institutions Commissioner. Tuasivi, who held this role until the 26th of February, is recognized for his extensive knowledge and experience in financial regulation. His continued leadership is vital for effectively overseeing financial institutions within the territory. This strategic reappointment aims to ensure stability and enhance the integrity of the territory's financial sector. However, the reappointment is pending approval from the legislature, which will thoroughly review Tuasivi's qualifications, expertise, and previous contributions to the office before granting its final endorsements in a confirmation hearing. Joyeta Whengai Mali'i with your news on KVZK. In news from Apia, Police Commissioner Awapa'aulong Zino Filippo said the Samoa Police had suspended autopsies following advice from the Ministry of Health. More than 10 bodies have been moved to another morgue, while some have not been released for over 2 months, frustrating their relatives. Awapa'au told the Samoa Observer the morgue at the Tupuata Masese Me'ole Hospital is under renovation until the second week of April, preventing any autopsies from being conducted. The Samoa Police Commissioner also noted that the police are handling complaints from family members whose loved ones' bodies are still at the hospital mortuary and have not been released. Many of these bodies are awaiting autopsies, and the police are in the process of arranging for a pathologist to arrive as soon as they receive approval from the Ministry of Health. He said all corpses are being housed at the Fasili morgue while they wait for the renovations at the hospital morgue to be completed. There are approximately 10 bodies at the Fasili morgue awaiting both the completion of renovations and the arrival of a pathologist to conduct the autopsies in Samoa. Awapa'au also indicated that a pathologist would arrive this week in Samoa only to testify in the pending court case. Joyeta Whengai Mali'i with your news on KVZK. That's your evening news. Thank you for joining us. Good night.